What is up, everybody? I am NerdRage36, and it has been a long time since I've done a dedicated Kingdom Hearts video. And recently I actually just kind of recalled an old idea that I had, and I thought, you know what, why not just talk about it? I mean, it's it's one of those things that, could, a few years ago, could have easily been, this might happen, I'm predicting this, but it's not going to happen. But I still think it's a fun idea and a fun concept, and I just like talking about this stuff. So, yeah, let's just get into it. And what I'm going to talk about is Kingdom Hearts Key. Now, what is that? Well, in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, we first learned about this thing called the Keyblade War. It was an ancient war that killed countless Keyblade wielders and shattered the universe into fragments, the very fragmented worlds that we explore in the rest of the Kingdom Hearts series. So, it was the ultimate backstory of the entire franchise. And I'm not exactly sure how many people were thinking oh, are we going to get a game out of that? But I definitely was. I definitely thought, ooh, what are they going to do with that? And I played this game a lot, so I heard the story quite a few times, and I'm like, ooh, what's that going to be? So, in 2013, in Japan only on PC, they released Kingdom Hearts Key, which is essentially a Kingdom Hearts MMO. But not quite like something like World of Warcraft, more like RuneScape, since it's free to play and you accessed it through a website, not necessarily installing it to your PC. Then in 2015, the game got released on mobile devices called Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key. Still only in Japan, but only for a year, because in 2016, Unchained Key released worldwide, and I was definitely playing it. So that was so the game released worldwide, and then the following year in 2017, at the very beginning, we got Kingdom Hearts 2.8. And in Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, you would see these characters called the Foretellers, little stories going on in the background of the game. Stuff that we didn't quite understand what was going on. It was supposed to be a mystery for the player. But then with 2.8, these are the Foretellers, they did a movie of that background story. Not like a cutscene compilation like with the other Kingdom Hearts collections, a full CGI film depicting the events of the Foretellers, half of the story of Kingdom Hearts Key, in its entirety. And yeah, so that half of the story was finally told in its entirety and preserved. But the story that we, the players, got to experience, that was eventually compiled into a book. In, when was this released? In I don't see a publishing date on here. Hang on. I'm sorry. I don't know when this released. But, yeah, eventually we got this book. And it's even written in the first-person perspective and subtitled, hopefully the camera will focus on that, but subtitled, Your Keyblade, Your Story. So, yeah, obviously with the game, you designed yourself and you got to play through it as your own, player insert character. But the fact that the book version actually got, again, written in first person and even references you specifically in the subtitle, it's holy crap, we are we, the fan base, are a part of the Kingdom Hearts storyline. And so the game itself, while you can't play it anymore, the story, the main story of Kingdom Hearts Key has been preserved. Now, I should probably bring this up. There was an expansion released for it called Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, which showed off events that happened directly after the Keyblade War, and then that same gameplay engine was used to create Dark Road, which is actually the backstory of Xehanort, the character, basically the main antagonist for the Kingdom Hearts series up to that point. But I'm not going to be talking about those, although I will admit those two do need to have some way of like being preserved just to like keep the storyline consistent. I mean, we've got these for the initial Keyblade War story, so we need more. We need more of that for the others. But I'm just going to be talking about the Keyblade War story here. So that's essentially what Kingdom Hearts Key is. It's the beginning of the Kingdom Hearts timeline. It's like the Kingdom Hearts MMO, and even if it's not playable anymore, it's still an integral part of the timeline. And even back then, when I was playing the game for the first time, I thought to myself, there's a way to get this game, like when it was still ongoing at the time, but I thought that when the game is finished, we could get essentially a Kingdom Hearts Key final mix. Now, when I told my brother about this game, like I just talked to him about it. I was like, hey, isn't this pretty cool? Like, actually, I think it was when I picked up this book, and it's like, hey, check it out. They actually they preserved the story in some way. He thought that like, oh, like if it was on PC in Japan originally, they could bring it out on Steam. But see, for me, I thought to myself, this game could also be on 3DS, like back in 2016. Like I genuinely thought Kingdom Hearts Key final mix for 3DS. And I kind of want to talk about like just the general idea of what they could have done to get this game on 3DS. I mean, it wouldn't have taken much, but also all the extra stuff they could have added with it. And that's what this video is going to be about. So let's dig right into it. So obviously, the game being on PC and mobile, the controls were extremely simple. It's basically like click and drag or touch screen your way through the game. And obviously, there's already a means of doing that for DS and 3DS, and that's the Zelda games. Sorry about that. And that's the Zelda games. Now, actually, I've been playing these recently, and these actually are what spurred on my memory of like, oh yeah, like I thought about that. Like, I was like, you know what? Let's talk about that. So I do understand that these are seen as some of the lesser games of the Zelda series. I had a ton of fun with them, although actually I'm still playing through Spirit Tracks. I had a ton of fun with Phantom Hourglass, although I definitely will say Spirit Tracks is better, but I'll be talking about that in a different video. But yeah, I mean, just full-on touch controls, like being pretty precise, and on full adventure games, that would absolutely be like a no-brainer to implement, especially because Kingdom Hearts Key is actually more 2D, and like it's like kind of like a side-on thing, even though you can kind of move forward and back into the background. But I think the controls for that, like touch controls for that, especially because, well, I mean, like mouse controls and touchscreen controls on the mobile version, like it already works that way. So literally just take, like, I don't even think you would need to take anything from these games. These are just kind of references for like, hey, touch controls for an adventure game would work. So that is like the most basic, like that's the most basic thing you could do is like, yeah, okay, touchscreen works perfectly. The next thing is that the game, Kingdom Hearts Key, the game was mission-based, which was not Kingdom Hearts' first foray into the structure. And honestly, being on a DS family of systems, that would, like, it would actually make a little more sense, like, to have, because then you would have two Kingdom Hearts games mission-based on, one on the DS, one on the 3DS, although there is another thing about that. Anyway, but yeah, mission-based Kingdom Hearts, not the first time. No, here's a big issue that I get the feeling would definitely throw some people if they did try to adapt this game into a 3DS game. And that is the fact that, well, first of all, the combat is turn-based. You either click or tap an enemy to perform a basic attack, or you click or tap medals, or in the original PC version, cards, to perform special attacks. And you unlock new medals, and you upgrade them. And the way you unlock new medals is with gacha mechanics. And I know plenty of people that just heard me say that went, ooh. Here's the thing, though. Anyone who's played Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key knows for a fact that the gacha mechanics were not intrusive whatsoever. Like, you got so much in-game currency. Like, of course, you got currency for logging in once a day, but on top of that, like, if you didn't log in for a few days, the amount you would have gotten per day that you didn't log in stacks. So even if you just logged in once a week, you got a week's worth of login currency, and then you would get currency every couple of missions. It's like it is amusing to me that like like obviously they had to throw in gacha mechanics because it's a mobile game, but they did so. I would say they did so reluctantly because like this game's story is too important to the franchise to make it that no one would be able to experience it because they can't spend money on like the Play Store or the App Store or whatever. So they just was like give them as much currency as possible so that everyone can play through it. And then you got like the movie and the book preserving the story instead of it just being treated like a throwaway. So it's like it's a mobile game, but it was treated with way more respect than...
Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones, right?
Yeah. So yeah, and on top of the fact that the gacha mechanics weren't all that intrusive, again, this is not the first time Kingdom Hearts has done that sort of thing. Offline, completely single player, but with gacha mechanics. And like, I don't see a reason why they wouldn't just be able to take the same concepts, like maybe even just replace the gacha currency, which was jewels in Kingdom Hearts Key, and replace it with just regular-ass Kingdom Hearts money, spelled with a U, because I don't know why. But yeah, we've had that before in a Kingdom Hearts game. Again, like, mission-based, gacha mechanics, and these two kind of occurred around the same time in the overall Kingdom Hearts timeline. So again, it's not too out of the way to implement like the mechanics from Kingdom Hearts Key into an offline like experience like for the final version. So yeah, like again, it's nothing new. But so yeah, that is basically how I would go about making the game work as a 3DS game. But this also, I forgot to mention, like with other mobile games, there is that little meter. It's like, hey, you can only play so many missions per day. So, like, yeah, take a break every once in a while. Obviously, just get rid of that for the final version. Like, it's easy enough. Like, I don't even think I needed to bring that up, but just wanted to make sure. But I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts Key Final Mix, which means there should be a lot more cool stuff added to it. And this isn't stuff that was in the original game. It was stuff that I was always thinking about when playing the original game. And I don't know if my ideas like would appeal to other fans out there, but I just kind of want to share it. So, ideas for the Final Mix version of Kingdom Hearts Key. So, first off, pretty basic, just more clothing options. I mean, you are designing your own personal character, and I get it that, like, as a mobile game, they probably didn't have enough time to come up with more options, but for the possibility of a Final Mix version, I think, like, just go all out, like, more clothing customizations. And there's this one thing that was in the game Spore. I mentioned it during my one of my memories videos, but like it's something that I always look for when it comes to character customization in games, and it's something I don't see that often, and that is like fully customizing the colors of like not just the whole thing, but different individual segments. And even the individual segments have multiple color options, not like single color options, but like primary, secondary, and trim. So applying that to all the different clothing options and adding more clothing options would be great. Like, again, just really letting you customize, really letting you put yourself in the game. But more importantly, more added to the customization, customizable keyblades. Now, there is a bit of a problem there with the possibilities, like maybe like touchscreen where you could draw your keyblade, although that would probably just make it look really, really crude, really weird, and just like not fit in with the rest of the art style. But there is a possibility that I, again, have been thinking since 2016, since the game released worldwide. And that is to basically take all of the Keyblade models and split them up into different segments and be able to swipe through between them to mix and match them to create different designs. And then again, have the color customization, primary, secondary, and trim for all segments of the Keyblade. And like, granted, that would still be incredibly limited, but it would definitely, like, I think a lot of people have had like extremely like creative ideas for what their personal Keyblade would look like based off of the designs of other Keyblades throughout the series. So this would be a nice way to do that. Now, the problem arises that in Kingdom Hearts Key, the Keyblades you unlock are upgradable, and the upgrades also change the appearance, which, I don't know, you could still upgrade them, but that would only boost their stats, and the different visuals for the upgraded forms of each Keyblade could just be more options to swipe through, which, again, just adding more options. And in fact, I don't know how possible this would have been, but this would have been amazing. Bring in all the other unlockable Keyblades from throughout the series. None of the character-exclusive Keyblades, though, with the only exceptions being Oblivion and Oathkeeper. Because even though now those are considered Roxas's signature Keyblades, no one, like, everyone would be mad if you couldn't use them, especially in a custom setting. So, yeah, more customization with both the character design, but especially the Keyblades. It's like customizable Keyblades would have been amazing. Now, this next part might seem a little weird because it doesn't necessarily, like, it wouldn't add to the gameplay, it wouldn't really add to the story, but it would definitely add to the feel. Kind of like with the character customization and Keyblade customization, but those would definitely, like, add to the story element because, again, you're playing as yourself. But I think that between missions, we should be able to fully explore Daybreak Town. That's the main hub of the game. Explore the areas, not just in the missions that take place in Daybreak Town, but like fully be able to explore the town, like the world. Like, it would just kind of add to the atmosphere of like, hey, you live here. And to add to that, I think you should also add in some shops. Like the place where you go to buy medals, maybe even buy other clothing options, like should actually be a shop somewhere in the world, like between missions while you're just exploring. That, I think, would be, like, it's not necessary, but it would definitely add to the feel of the game. Now, the last, like, addition that I can think of for, like, expanding a game like Kingdom Hearts Key would be multiplayer. Now, there already was basically, like, there were the co-op only missions, but I'm talking about full campaign co-op, full freaking, like, being able to play through the story missions with friends. Like, again, that's kind of like adding to the feel of it. Now, admittedly, and I'm getting a little tongue-tied here. Now, Square has done that sort of thing before with the Crystal Chronicles games, but the problem is that especially like for these games, when you start a game in multiplayer, you need to finish it in multiplayer, which that's cool. It definitely would be interesting, but it would definitely be more inconvenient. So I think drop-in, drop-out co-op would be much more preferable, and given that Kingdom Hearts Key is turn-based, I think the best example I can reference here is Dragon Quest IX.
Actually, thinking about it now, touch controls, mission-based, drop-in, drop-out co-op, and offline gacha mechanics. This hypothetical Kingdom Hearts Key Final Mix could have been on the regular-ass DS. And actually, maybe it could have released like a dual platform release, kind of like some Shin Megami Tensei games. And like then it would have been a really cool swan song for the DS and an amazing launch title for the 3DS, because let's be honest, there really wasn't a ton on the 3DS at launch until the end of the first year. Although it would still amuse me to know the fact that while everyone else, or at least a lot of us, would have been playing Kingdom Hearts around that time, Scott would have still only been playing the 3DS for Pilot Wings. Anyway. But also, like, on top of, like, if it did dual release DS, 3DS, think about this, like, 2010... first learn about the Keyblade War. 2011, play the Keyblade War. 2012, oh shit, Xehanort's trying to start another one. Like, that would be some pretty beautiful dramatic irony, if you ask me. But the problem then comes in the fact that I don't know how much of this story was like thought of before, when the Keyblade War was first introduced, how much of this story was really already thought of? I mean, like, this timeline's already so crazy, it really wouldn't surprise me if a lot of the ideas were already, like, in Nomura's head, like, before. But considering the original game didn't release until 2013, having this game in 2011 would have definitely not happened. Like, again, this whole thing is a hypothetical anyway, but yeah, probably not a 2011 game. Maybe a 2016 game. Like I said, the worldwide release of Unchained Key was in 2016, and I started thinking about a possible 3DS version around that time. But then again, how many of the story missions were completed at that point or planned out already? So again, that's maybe not a possibility. That wouldn't have been a possibility. I don't know. 17, I mean, yeah, some people weren't really buying 3DS games, although there were definitely some games that people specifically went out of their way to get on the 3DS just because they were worth it. So maybe that would have been a decent inclusion, although that could have potentially interfered with 2.8, and that did come with something from Kingdom Hearts Key, so maybe not then. And a 3DS game in 2018. Again, maybe, but yeah, people weren't really looking into 3DS games immediately around that time, so but then again, something like a Kingdom Hearts Key Final Mix in 2018 would have definitely been a, not necessarily better, but a much more necessary release on the 3DS compared to something like Bowser's Inside Story Remake. Although, regardless of when it released, if it, like,
there's a chance it might not have sold well because of just the nature of what the game was. So, like, having it on PC and mobile made the most sense just to try and reach the most people, although you know for a fact Kingdom Hearts fans would have absolutely bought it up in droves. But you know what would have helped it sell better if it did get a Final Mix physical release? A collector's edition. And this is something fun to talk about. And I think like just the most obvious idea for Kingdom Hearts Key Collector's Edition would be to put it in a Collector's Edition box shaped like the Tome of Prophecy from the game. In fact, here's a Collector's Edition from another one of my favorite games, The Last Story, and it's shaped like a book. Like, it even has fake pages there, see? And so doing a Kingdom Hearts Key Collector's Edition in the shape of a book, that would have been really cool. If they still wanted to do the light novel version of the story, throw in as much as possible, toss that in here. Although that would have probably needed to be a little bit bigger than this. Maybe a standalone DVD or Blu-ray release of back cover. That's the Foretellers movie in the 2.8 collection. And actually, maybe they could have also done both a DVD and a Blu-ray release because, this was 2017. The game itself was 2016, 2015, 2013. And I watched the very first Sonic the Hedgehog movie from a red box. Fuck, I'm old. And the slip that it gave, not the slip, but the little tiny DVD case that it gave me came with both a DVD disc and a Blu-ray disc. So they could have printed both, but that all depends. But yeah, throw in like the rest of the story. Like if someone didn't want to play the game or just like, I don't know, just like throw in as much as possible for the collector's edition. Also, like something I'm surprised we haven't already had, but like a stylus in the shape of a Keyblade. Like, we've had 3 Kingdom Hearts games on the DS family of systems, and not once did we ever get a Keyblade stylus. Like, come on, missed opportunity. Of course, like for like the rest of the Kingdom Hearts collector's editions, maybe throw in an enamel pin and like your typical collector's editions, like art book, soundtrack, obvious. Although something that I would really want to included, but maybe it wouldn't have fit, but like that Chirithy plushie. Because I remember around that time there was like this big Chirithy plushie. I don't actually know the size of it, but like an official Chirithy plushie, and it was really big, being advertised around that time. That would have definitely been a cool addition, although it wouldn't have fit in a collector's edition shaped like a book. Although, what you could have done is had the Chirithy holding the collector's edition book, like kind of cutesy, and then put the plushie holding the collector's edition in a big display box and made that like an ultimate collector's edition. That would have been awesome. But again, this is all just a hypothetical, and it's not going to happen. Like, the game has been like the game's not playable anymore. It's been taken down. Like like I said, the story is preserved in one way or another, and no one's making 3DS games now. Although my brother may have had a point. Like they could basically take all these ideas that I've presented and like just put that towards a Steam version of Kingdom Hearts Key. And actually, with a Steam version, assuming that the multiplayer would be hosted via Valve's own servers and not Square Enix's, on top of just doing the drop-in, drop-out co-op, you could do from beginning to end co-op. But again, we're just getting into speculation now. And like I keep saying, this whole video was just a hypothetical, like, overall. Like, and not in the sense of, like, I know how I would have done it better than the original developers. No, it's like... You know, I keep talking about how I'm just trying to keep YouTube, like my personal YouTube channel, as just a hobby thing, because I feel like that's been missing from YouTube, and a lot of YouTube doesn't really feel fun anymore. Like, people take it too seriously. Honestly, I just think pop culture in general has gotten way too skeptical. Like, when we were kids, a lot of this stuff the entertainment we enjoyed would inspire our imagination, and we would talk to our friends, we'd make theories, we'd role play, we'd come up with like what would we do in these worlds, or like ideas we'd want to see in a sequel, and whether that would happen or not, it was just fun to talk about it. That's what I'm doing. I'm not trying to say any of these ideas I came up with for a Kingdom Hearts Key Final Mix suddenly makes the original release bad, or like the developers don't know what they're doing. These ideas wouldn't exist without the original. Like, this is just me showing respect and just like having fun with this concept. Like, I'm just having fun. You should try it sometime. Anyway, that's a completely different rant altogether. Back on point. But yeah, it's just, these are just the ideas that I've been having since playing the original Kingdom Hearts Key, like in 2016, and I just like have fun thinking about this, and I have fun talking about it, and I hope anyone watching this like comes up with other ideas, or like points out the ideas I've already come up with. It's like, ooh, what about this and this? And like, I just want to have fun. I like talking about this stuff, and again, it's just cool that I even was able to think of these ideas in the first place. Like, again, like, just the fact that we, as the Kingdom Hearts fan base, got to become canon to the overall timeline, whether it was through the game or this book or whatever, that is just badass. That is just cool no matter how you look at it. Even if the game is no longer available, again, it's preserved in a way, and like, you've also got the people that remember playing it back in the day, and heck, the top usernames, like the top players, were actually like immortalized in Kingdom Hearts 3. We, the players of the mobile game, we, the fan base that became canon to the storyline, got to, from beyond the grave, help Sora fight Xehanort. That is just amazing. But yeah, again, this is just some ideas I've thought of since playing the original game, and just wanted to share it. I just thought it was a lot of fun. Like, I'm repeating myself now, but yeah, it's been a while since a dedicated Kingdom Hearts video, and I just thought, like, you know what? This will be an interesting topic, and it's just, I don't know. Again, this is a hobby channel. I'm just babbling. Blah, 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 blah. Though I guess one last thing I'll say, from one Kingdom Hearts fan to many others out there, like, as the fact that we are canon to the storyline, if it turns out that I just so happened to be the one to kill you during the Keyblade War, please rest assured it was truly nothing personal. Except one of you. You know who you are.